You know, if we keep in contact, who knows what'll happen. I mean, I told her after the cameras and everything left, I mean, we define our relationship from here. So, I mean, whether it's us being friends, I mean, whether it's us, I don't know, 2 years from now going on a date, who knows?
Okay, Jazz, is there any chance for a reconciliation?
I feel like, no.
Guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is. Little Black Book. Little Black Book. Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Listen, are you Maddie and Maddie Lean? You wake up the minnow rolls. Boom. Listen, are you Maddie and Maddie Lean a gay? Listen. We're doing a review on Married at First Sight. We're talking about Will and Jasmine, the reunion. Oh, baby. Listen, let's get into the video, man. It's mad because I think, like I said from the last video, all of us were rooting for Will and Jasmine. We all have been rooting. And we've all been wanting them to, you know, that black love to really progress. We want that black love to continue. And we want that black love to flourish, don't we?
The next one, Jasmine and Will look really good together. I hope it works out.
Big fact.
You love this couple together, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I'm cheering for everybody, but I'm like, ugh.
Y'all are gorgeous together, that's all
telling
I'm
you.
saying.
When you hear that, how does that make you feel, Will?
Keep bringing it to Will. It's not like I'm happy to, you know, be sitting here, you know, without a ring on. I signed up to find my forever. Just wanted a partnership as opposed to the man just saying, oh yeah, I'll pay all the bills.
I want to tell you, your stance sparked a huge argument in my job,
yes.
but will this change your view as you see men in the future? The next guy you date, will you say, hey, we can be 50-50?
Absolutely not. But
and, you know, we saw some sparks of genuine foundation of something that could be good between Will and Jasmine. I mean, we saw those sparks. Unfortunately, what we also saw was a disconnect in how they want to be loved. And I feel like Will especially was not satisfied with the way the love was going and the way that it was going. I feel also that although Will says, you know, he was attracted to his wife, I feel like he thinks she's attractive, but he's not attracted to. And I think a lot of you have said that from earlier.
Were you attracted to your wife?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was just compatibility issues. I think it was just, you know, just being two different people.
So again, guys, well done for you guys who said that down in the comments below. You've not been saying it from early. You know, a lot of you guys said that from early, from the jump, and I disagreed. You know, that's what this channel's about. You know, I'm not perfect, and I'm not always going to get it right, and I'm happy I don't always get it right because that means we have more of a greater conversation, which means I'm also learning as well. Do you know what I mean? So I love the fact that you guys told me from early, and I was like, no, he definitely finds her attractive, and da-da-da-da. I come to that conclusion after watching this last episode. Even though he said he finds her attractive, I know he don't find her attractive, and it's just by the little things that he says that shows me now that it's got nothing to do. It's got more to do with the fact that less to do with the physical attractiveness, but obviously more to do with the love language. But at the same time, there were other issues that came up which made him feel a certain way. But I also know that the speed of way he's taking things now is ridiculous.
and while becoming friends in this process is very important, I think in certain aspects, it kind of like delayed other parts of our relationship.
I don't think so. I think friendship is the foundation of a good relationship. I just think other issues came into play.
So yeah, we'll get into the video and we'll discuss that. But again, if you said that if you said that Will was not attracted to Jasmine, comment down below. Let me know why you decided to say that. What did you see? And let us know your point of view. Okay, we encourage discussion on this channel. You already know. Yeah, and I appreciate you. Let's get more connected. I love these conversations. Let's get more connected. Keep having more conversations with people. Find friends on here, you know what I'm saying, in the comment section. Get to know each other. Listen, let's make it a connectivity. Let's make it a family. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, we're on the road to 50K. Actually, let's just say 20K first. I want to get 100K by the end of the year. But let's start with getting on the road to 20K, guys. So keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing on the road to 20K, baby. All right, let's get into this. What obviously came to my mind is that Jasmine still wants this relationship, and actually her answer later on about would you want to get back with Will, or could this work again, her saying no, wasn't even a straight no. It was like, no.
And
You really hurt when he said no, weren't you?
I wouldn't say angry, I would say disappointed.
Okay, Jess, is there any chance for a reconciliation?
I feel like, no.
No.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a straight no, because I believe she was still would get with Will. This is why communication's still gone on between them two. But let me just break this down. At the very beginning, we see that Jasmine says that she's not happy. You know, it's not that they're both not happiest with the outcome. Now, Will chose to leave. She chose to stay. So if they're not happy, it means obviously she feels like, you know what, like I'm not happy with the fact that it ended, and we know that. You know, she was disappointed. And she said it herself, she was disappointed with the result, and disappointed, I guess, in what he chose, because she thought they were still working towards that. Now, you know, and I have to agree with her, the fact that, and I'm going to come down hard on Will. I've been supporting Will from the beginning, because there are things that Jasmine was doing which was annoying me. But one thing I do not like about men, and one thing I won't like about a man, in relationship issues, is your indecisiveness. You are a grown-up man. Be decisive. Do you want the relationship or you don't? Like, let's stop playing games here. I want you or I don't want you. Stop playing in the grey areas. Make it black and white. Make it plain. And I feel like Will did that. When he was asked a question, I've even gone off past my topic, but you asked a question, the presenter asked him a question about, do you see yourself getting back, anything like that, etc., etc. And he says, you know, I don't know, you never know, kind of thing, blah, 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 giving a little smart Alec answer.
Have you guys communicated in the last 3 months?
Yeah, we talk here and there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Is there any chance for a reconciliation?
Well,
I don't know.
Just ask the kind of simple question. Just give me that answer. Yes? No.
Life isn't as simple as just.
Oh boy.
You know.
Oh, boy. Is there any chance for a reconciliation?
I mean, I think, like, if we keep in contact, who knows what'll happen. I mean, I told her after the cameras and everything left, I mean, we define our relationship from here, so.
Will, answer the damn question, yes or no. And even Jasmine looked over to him like, come on, answer the question. Why are you twisting and turning it? And the presenter said, listen, it's not that deep. Answer the question. And Will's like, you never know where life goes. Will, shut up, bro. Like, nah, on the realist thing. Like, why are you doing that? Answer the damn question. The reason why I'm saying answer the damn question, I'm so passionate about it, is because you put somebody, you put a person in a grey area and they don't know what's going on. You see, when you're saying, I'm not sure, and then continuing on the communication with somebody, what you're actually doing is put them in lumber mode, The person still thinks it's a chance. This is why she's still having communication with you. To the point where, even in the cutscene, she said, how
do you feel about everything now that it's done?
sad at first, but I think it's like a lesson well learned.
Have you talked to Will? Have you reached out to you?
He's reached out and he wanted us to remain friends and then start dating.
Oh, how do you feel about that?
That's
like,
stupid.
Are you open to like?
I just feel like that I understand like the friendship thing, but I don't understand us getting a divorce and then being friends with the intention of being in a relationship.
So it's kind of backwards. So
yeah.
Okay.
Woo!
You know what? Will's obviously having a conversation with me, saying, let's be friends. Like, let's be friends, and we're the ones that define our relationship. And you know what? Let's work towards a relationship. No, we were already in a relationship. Like, do you know what I'm saying? We can still build a friendship in that relationship, but let's keep it ball rolling. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, we're married now. You got married at first sight to get married. You didn't get married at first sight to become a friend. Do you know what I'm saying? If you wanted that, you'd have found somebody. You know what I'm saying? You could have gone on a dating site. You could have gone on any of those kind of social medias to find somebody, but you went on married at first sight. You didn't go on first dates. You went out married at first sight. So why are you deciding now to flip it after you've got divorced and now want to say, let's be friends and it's time to build something? No, you're putting a person into lumber mode. You're putting a person into limbo, sorry, even I should say. Yeah? Which the person's not sure whether they're coming or going. Do you get what I'm saying? And that is not becoming of a man. Decide what you want, Will. I really get stressed at something like this because this is where men play women. And let me tell you something. I've said this, women. If you haven't watched my video on situationship, do not assume. Go watch it, ladies. It's important you watch it. Listen, do not. What am I saying? Do not to. Do not take anything but a yes as the answer as why you are staying in the situation you are. If it's a maybe, unless God has told you, testimony coming, unless God has told you, listen, you shift and you move. If you ask him, do you want a relationship, Will? I'm not really sure, like, let's be friends. No, that's it. No, that's a no. Anything that is maybe, I'm building my empire, I'm not sure yet, let's take a bit of time, is a no. Go the other way. Go the other way. No exceptions. Cool. And obviously, I know there's a genuine connection between the two of them. The reason why I say that is because, you know what, they stared at each other. It was like a little bit of a stare, sure, and the way they had a warmth in their eyes.
So, you know, we both aren't the happiest with the outcome.
Even though things didn't seem dire.
Definitely some connection there. Definitely appreciation there. Definitely a kind of love there. Whether it's a romantic type of love from Will's end is another story. I think from Jasmine's end, I think she really did, you know, kind of find a love for this guy. But I think when someone takes it slow with you anyway, I think you develop that kind of love. She just wanted to take it further. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she was, you know, she was feeling a certain way towards him. And I feel like, you know what, she wanted to develop that relationship further and take it to sex, as she said. And she tried. And what's interesting is that she said, you know, she put on the lingerie, everything like that, and said she wanted to flip a switch, which we know already she did. But then Will says, obviously, I was flipped. Will, you was flipped. If you were flipped, Will, let me tell you something. If you were flipped, this is why I say that own your bloody truth. I hate people that want to own their truth. When you don't own your truth, you start saying things that are not correct. You don't start telling the full truth.
Want to wear like nice lingerie, like I'm thinking all of this is going to be flipping his switch, like, and apparently it just wasn't. So but that was the, I think, disconnect for me where...
To jump in, it actually did.
Then, well...
I didn't.
No, you did.
Clearly she didn't, because it didn't lead to what she was hoping
then
for.
I didn't end that way.
Right, it didn't end that way.
It didn't end with switch flipping.
No, it didn't. It didn't end that way.
The switch was flipped. It truly was.
This is the thing that I get confused about. Were you attracted to your wife?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was just compatibility issues. I think it was just, you know, just being two different people.
Do you get me? So, boy, I didn't tell you, I've got stories of insecurity that I've had here where it's forced me to behave in a certain way. And then I can't explain why I behave that way because it means revealing the insecurity. So listen, Will, what insecurity have you got? Because we have to lay it on the table. It's been 12 weeks now. Yeah, you said you were flipped. I said that you weren't flipped. That's why you need emotional stimulation. That's what you said. And you kind of said that in the reunion. But you're telling me that you were flipped. If you were flipped, let the balls do what the balls do. You understand? You're married. You can do it legally. Why are you wasting time? If you were flipped, why were you wasting time? It doesn't make sense, does it? You were flipped. Do you see what I'm saying? But yet, if you were flipped and yet you couldn't do what you're supposed to do, that doesn't make sense. So for me, there's an insecurity there. What is it? Have you got, you know, maybe sex, maybe you've got premature ejaculation. Maybe it's you've got a small. I'm not saying I'm trying to be rude. I'm just saying that let's think of some insecurities that could happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe you're conscious about your sex game. It's not really on point. You know what I mean? That's something. Something will cause you not to enter into that domain. Do you know what I'm saying? Something is stopping you from entering into that domain because you said you were flipped, which means you would have been natural to go in there. That means the kissing should have been easy. So something is not allowing you to flip it. Maybe you don't really fancy Jasmine the way you're saying. Maybe it's that too. Something of an insecurity is working inside of you. That's why you're not able to do what you're supposed to do. It should have been a natural progression that if you were flipped to go into having sex, you were in the bed. Da, 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 da. Do you get me?
I have not started to date again, just to give myself a chance to heal.
You know, she mentioned obviously that she won't date. She won't date so she can heal. You know, she needs to heal first, and totally Will said the same thing. And the one thing I would say is that, you know what, I agree with that. You know, if you're coming out of a relationship, you need to take time to heal. You need to take time to recuperate. You need time to heal the wounds. You need time to actually resuscitate, you know what I mean, and come back to your senses and get some time alone and actually spend that time with yourself and you know, feel free, you know, for a while in a season. So, you know, when you see that, you know, I respect that. The only thing is that obviously you're still discussing things. You're still talking every now and again, you said, right? That doesn't allow you to heal. You see, you need to cut off the thing that was previously in your life. Cut it off. Like, you know, when you just break up with a girlfriend or boyfriend and then you're like, let's be friends after. One of you is not comfortable with friends because one of you still feels away. That's the reason why you're friends. You're not friends because, you know, you're good friends. You're friends because one of you still feels away. You're not friends. I'll say it again. You break up with your partner or somebody you were doing a team with or a situationship. You are not friends because, listen to me, you're not friends because he's a good friend. You're friends because you still feel a certain way. Trust me. And you're still getting something out of it. If you don't give yourself time to heal, there's no way you can go back to being friends first and it's comfortable. Trust me, you can't. One of you feels away. One of you does. And the other person's winning because they're getting something out of you in terms of emotional care without having to go into all the rest that they were offering you before. You know, and with that as well, because they're talking, it cock blocks any future move because you're still thinking about, whoa, maybe Will might turn and maybe Will might actually decide to want to, you know, develop this relationship with myself, or maybe Will want to take it further with me. And it just cock blocks any guy coming into your vicinity because you're thinking about Will or you're trying to be patient with Will. Like, don't do it. Ladies, don't do that. I said it. If it's not a yes, it's a no. If it's not a definitive yes, I want you and I want a relationship with you, I want to be with you, I like you, let's do this, it's a no. Anything else, even if it's a pretty, you know what, I'm building my empire, or, you know what, I like you, but not right now. Any of those things like that, any of those juggling things there. If it's not a yes, I want this now, me and you now, not a yes, oh, you know what, but let's hold off a little bit. No. Yes or no. It is that simple. We don't want an answer like that. You understand? The reason why I'm saying it to you is because there are plenty more fish in the sea who will love you and who want you and who don't have to take months to decide whether they want you or not. All right? When they asked, obviously, any chance of reconciliation, I love the fact that, obviously, Jasmine looked at Will. And I think the reason why she looked at Will first is let him answer first. So her answer was dictated by his answer. Trust me. Answer was dictated by his answer. So... You know, and I feel like when she answered the way she did, you know, no, it was almost like to try and crush him because she felt a little bit hurt by his answer. Do you know what I'm saying? And by his disappointment, obviously.
I feel like... No.
No.
Yeah.
And then Will obviously said, you know, I don't know. And Jasmine looked fed up. And you wouldn't look fed up. You wouldn't look fed up if you're like, do you know what, fam, I'm tired of you, but I'm tired of this situation. But because, or you know, I'm tired of it, it's because I still have something invested in this. I'll be like, phew. That's why you look fed up. Not that she was nonchalant. She was fed up. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you're fed up, it's because you've been in a situation for so long, you're tired of it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I felt like, do you know what, Jasmine was fed up because, you know what, like, it's like, bro, like, either you want it or you don't want it, and we're talking for what reason? Do you get what I'm saying? There's no reason for us to talk. On a real thing, there is no reason for us to talk. No reason. Yeah. I want to be very frank with you. Anybody who says we define our relationship, listen, it's a situationship. Yeah? That is a situationship coming to you.
After the cameras and everything left, I mean, we define our relationship from here, so.
Anybody who says we define our relationship is a situationship type of bar. What do you mean we define our relationship? And I'm talking about in the sense of, you hear what he said beforehand. And then for him to say we define our relationship, it's like, we get to dictate what we're doing. Don't worry about what the world are saying. Just focus on what I'm saying. It's an abusive bar. I'm not saying he's an abuser. What I'm saying to you is an abusive bar in the sense of it abuses the power that he has. He knows he's got Jasmine feeling a certain way. And it's almost like he wants to keep her close just in case. Ladies, if you hear a guy say to you, listen, we define our relationship, and you don't already feel loved by this person, then you know that we define this relationship, it's got no good intention. If you're already in a good relationship where, you know what, things are good. For instance, someone might say to you, oh look, do you know what, I don't like social media. I don't want our relationship on social, I don't want you blasted on there. That was me. Yeah? And I say, oh, we define our relationship in that area. Like, I don't want it. But if you ask me, what's the title? You know, like, are we going to be boyfriend and girlfriend? I go, we define our relationship. We don't need a title. Listen, dead me. Dead me, dead me, dead me, dead me, dead me, dead me. That is not a yes, that is a no. Dead me, get rid of me. Get rid of that person. You don't need it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with Jasmine. She don't need that. Dead him.
Actually, just give me that answer. Yes? No.
And we'll never really give a solid answer. That's what I think that frustrated me. You know, we never really give a solid answer so to that whole scenario. So for me, it was kind of a case of, you know, Will, you've done a lot here, and I appreciate that. You know, you cared for this girl, but you've not done what you're supposed to do. And so that's why I'm being hard on Will, because I've backed him from the beginning, saying obviously about what Jasmine was doing, but by just your response on this end note, I'm like, bro, it's not it. That ain't it, chief. That ain't it, chief. That was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And what you're doing is wrong by keeping her in that limbo, by saying, you know what, we define our relationship. You don't. No, you don't. You don't define a relationship because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So guys, Little Black Book, you already know what time it is. Little Black Book, you know what time it is. Heaven is forever, baby. You already know what the time is. You ain't got the minerals. Woo!